What's something that's secretly been great about the pandemic? A lot of restaurants have really upped their online ordering and drive-through game. Like a well-oiled machine. And some shockingly haven't. I got takeout from one of my favorite restaurants the other day, and it took so long to order on the phone, that next time I'm just going to go down there and place an order in person. I had to speak to 3 different people to accomplish it, being put on hold each time, and give my credit card over the phone. And before you ask, yes, they advertise takeout on their website and menu, so it isn't as if it's a service they don't normally provide. Those that haven't are really tanking. I wish more local spots did drive-through. It's been a preferred way to get food for me. Save money on gas. Not to mention wasting time just sitting in a traffic jam to get to a desk that I also happen to have in the office at home. I've been WFH since last March and I must have saved about £2,000 in fuel. Not seeing your toxic co-workers. Cries in hospital work of the toxic ones became more insufferable since they are some of the only people I see now. Corollary, not needing to act like you want to talk to anyone while you wait for the coffee machine in the morning. And the overall unhealthy coffee culture offices breed, in general. Cleaner beaches and ocean in Hawaii as millions of tourists stayed home. Of course the economy went to SHT, but the Aloha prospered. And way less traffic on the morning commute on the H1. I have actually wondered how Hawaii is doing. What island do you live on? People finally washing their hands. Playing board games with my teenaged kids. We got away from it as they got older. I still kick ass on Scrabble, but they smoke me on backgammon. Ticket to Ride is a blast. Yahtzee too. I have 2 teens, and a spouse. We really enjoy spoons and bullshit. Easy, fast-paced card games. We also play blackjack as a family. We have a whole set of cards and chips. We keep a running tally of our chips on paper. My husband gets so mad because our daughter plays her gut and he plays by the rules and she is like a fake billionaire now and he's always panhandling for fake money to get him back in the game. It's a riot. Our son is always the dealer, our casino is named after him and it's a good exercise in social skills and self-control. The board gaming hobby has really blossomed since the year 2000. Many people believe that we are in the golden age of board gaming. You should look into some modern games. Teenagers are prime for this brave new world. I recommend looking up some top 10s done by the YouTube channel The Dice Tower and go from there. See what your kids are interested in. The board game pandemic started me into this wider world and seems strangely appropriate given the circumstances. I now permanently work from home, which is amazing. Me prior to 2020 man getting a job working from home would be amazing, but I don't even know where to start me getting moved to permanently work from home due to COVID. Oh okay, well that works I guess. Absolutely this. I've been asking, no, begging for WFH for 2 years prior, filling in medical reasons, etc. My boss agreed. HR and management basically ignored me. Like, dream on, never gonna happen. Then COVID came and now all of a sudden everyone can work from home. They still send regular COVID emails thanking us for our incredible adaptability in these difficult times, and they hope we will soon be able to return to normal. Screw your normal. Chicken farm blue light high-strung open office micro ward lunch rush hour commute normal. Why would anyone hope they can return to that SH? Do people really have it that bad at home? Saved a lot of money not going out or traveling. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it and far rather would have spent it, but I do have more money. Even just not commuting saves a ton of money. I was paying $15 a day on light rail and parking at the station, and then buying crappy expensive lunch and coffee near the office. Now, I work at home, where I eat my own food and drink my own coffee. I'm probably saving at least $150 a week. There's a travel explosion coming from the pent-up demand right after this thing is over, isn't there? I'm missing a tooth fairly close to the front of my mouth and I don't feel self-conscious smiling in public when I'm wearing a mask. It's a silly thing, but I kinda missed real smiles. Thanks for the awards, guys. My most liked/commented comment is about my fucked up teeth. That's something. Lol. I read missing a tooth fairy same. I feel you. Almost all of my teeth are trashed from my various illnesses. I can't afford to fix my teeth and a mask makes me feel so much better. I haven't had a cold all year. Yeah, this past year has probably been the healthiest I've ever been. Haven't ever had anything more than a minor headache, and that's usually just due to dehydration or something mundane. I went 2020 without a cold, where I definitely get at least 2 every year. However, I succumbed last week. My daughter works in a supermarket and brought it home with her. No pressure to go somewhere on my days off. I don't feel like I'm wasting time when I have days off and don't spend them traveling or seeing people. I love staying at home and just hanging with my 2 cats. Sweatpants on, messy bun, junk food and games. I'm content with that. Yes. I think I have learned to accept my homebody nature instead of feeling like I should be going out and doing things. There's nothing wrong with making a home for yourself and then enjoying being there. My wife used to pressure me nearly every weekend to go do something outside the house. It's really nice to be able to relax at home, now, reliably. Edit, letter. Without a social life, I've been forced to focus on myself instead of other people, so I've cut down on my drinking, lost 35 pounds, and started seeing a therapist. Here's hoping I come out of this in better physical and mental shape than I went in. Me too. I lost 17 pounds and I just was discharged from therapy because my depression is officially, clinically at a 0. Go us. Edit, holy shit. Thanks for the awards, friends. To answer some questions, weight loss, I initially did a wellness challenge called 75 Hard, a 75-day challenge that requires 2 workouts per day and sticking to a diet of your choice, among several other daily tasks. That kicked my butt into gear and got me into the habit of regularly exercising and eating well, so I've lost a few more pounds since I completed it in September. This also helped my mental health a lot, but not completely. Mental health, I did acceptance and commitment therapy, which is a form of CBT that focuses on accepting your feelings and mindfully working through them, rather than avoiding them. My therapist had me fill out a questionnaire every time we met, and based on my answers, he was able to calculate numbers on a depression scale. I can't go into more detail about that, cause I don't know, but I started at a 42/100ths and last week was at a 3/1 scale. And on another I started out at a 7/10ths and last week was at a 0. So I'm clinically not depressed, I guess. Plus, the last several weeks I've come to him feeling great and having little to talk about, which meant it was time for me to be discharged. Why was I discharged? My therapist works out of a medical facility, rather than private practice, so they go based on a medical model. It's more of a let's give our patients the tools they need to cope, and once they no longer need us, we'll let them go, so they can make room for more patients with acute needs, rather than a we'll see patients as long as they pay us. I could have been referred to someone like that, but, like I said, I didn't have much to talk about by the end. What specifically helped me? Mindfulness exercises and writing down 5 good things about myself each day. My negative self-talk was the biggest factor in my depression. I don't do that anymore. I am a badass. Man, I feel totally the opposite. I've gained weight and feel totally anxious and depressed. I think I was before, but now feel like death fam. Considering therapy but feel overwhelmed by the different options. Like there are so many different titles and qualifications and methods, and the insurance is even more confusing than finding a primary care. Which I also need to do. I'm sick a lot less often. The kids are doing school entirely from home, so they don't bring crap home like they used to. This has definitely been my healthiest winter ever. I get this horrible cough every winter. It's weeks, sometimes an entire month of, very literally, non-stop coughing where I can barely sleep or breathe. This was the first year I didn't have it. Celebratory gesture. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.